Just got done editing my podcast with Stepan, and I want to create a React video on this specific section. As first time founder, I was taught, you have to validate your idea, talk to users, and if you're not getting the feedback that you want, you should pivot away. But yeah, that's where the advice ends. And really, I was left thinking, how do you know it's a signal to pivot away? And Stepan here went through his experience, validating his hypothesis, finding people within his ICP. Let's take a look.
First-time founders are obsessed with product. Second-time founders are obsessed with distribution, and that cannot be truer. As a first-time founder, we were about building product, didn't think as much as we should have about distribution. We eventually cracked that problem. We eventually ended up speaking with thousands and thousands of founders, with many of them personally, to sort of understand their problems, try to iterate in order to reflect. But we were getting lukewarm interest at best. And founders would book a demo, they wouldn't show up. And this led us to thinking, well, we have distribution problem solved. Maybe it's not a matter of distribution, it's a matter of, is there a demand for this kind of product? And our hypothesis with which we started was, well, hey, founders want a new way of getting legal done. And the dichotomy that I brought, and this loops back to the balance comment I made earlier, the dichotomy that I brought was, up to this point, founders have two ways of getting legal done. They either go online, use online resources, and eventually screw up big time, or they hire a lawyer, but that lawyer ends up charging for everything. The lawyer doesn't have the tools to take care of things efficiently. Bill racks up very quickly. And so you sort of, as a founder, ping pong back and forth, even when you have the money between self-service tools and lawyers.
So it's really important to know here that Stepan started with a really, really well-defined and clear hypothesis. It's important for founders to know that if you want to test your hypothesis, the first step is to have a well-defined hypothesis, or else you wouldn't even know what to test for. And so once you have that, you go out, talk to people within your ICP, ask them questions. Make sure you're not asking leading questions.
Lo and behold, there's this third way of doing things, which is you take the best of both worlds. You give founders the self-service tools for the easy work where the stakes aren't very high, but you also loop in a top-tier lawyer to take care of the bespoke work. And speaking with thousands of founders, we realized that hypothesis just isn't correct. And so that made us shift gears.
So as you can see, Stepan talked to thousands, but for most cases, you will get a really good idea of whether this hypothesis of yours is going to work or not. Maybe not thousands, but try at least 100 to 200. Anything less than that, you won't be able to have a solid conclusion to whether your hypotheses are correct or not. So there you have it.